is this? What is going on? Welcome, folks, to this exciting Tuesday afternoon, a beautiful Tuesday afternoon here at the Pioneer Valley Regional High School softball field. The Pioneer Panthers hosting the Gateway Gators. My name is Tyler Warble, flying solo today as we bring you this exciting varsity softball game. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Love bringing this broadcast to you wherever you're watching this from, friends and family abroad, internationally, but there is nothing quite like being out here today. Just a wonderful afternoon, blue sky, nice warmth, nice sun. It is a late game. It is going to be technically going into a night game for the girls. Night games always bring a certain added drama and excitement to the game, but it is senior night. Senior night for the Panthers. We're celebrating our wonderful seniors on the Panther team. And the Gators will start things off. At the top of the batting order, we have Jay Rivera, shortstop for the Gators. And the pitch comes in a bit low. Starting in the circle for the Panthers is Kobe Tominski, one of our seniors for tonight. Looks like the count goes 1-1 for Jay Rivera. And nice cut. Count goes 1-2 on Rivera. And Rivera goes down swinging. That's one down for the Panthers. Pioneer coming into this game with an 8-6 record. A winning record for their class and division. And we are at the tail end of the spring season, meaning after this, we're going to be looking at Western Mass and state tournaments. But one game at a time, of course. I am not sure what the count is, excuse me, while I've been blabbing. But this is Kate Lewis playing left field for the Gators. Another strike. It is 2-2, excuse me. 2-2 count for Kate Lewis. And got caught looking. That's 2 down, 2 Ks already for Tominski. Doing a great job of putting the ball where it needs to. Now batting, Rylan McCall. She's playing second base for the Gators. And a nice strike just on the outside of the box. Those are going to be the sneaky pitches, the ones that sit on the outside or as a will it, won't it kind of pitch. And another one right down the middle, 0-2 count for McCall. And good eyeball to the outside. 1-2 count for McCall. And another one almost in the same spot. Count goes 2-2. And Pioneer, if I remember correctly, is just coming off a big win against Lee. And gets the strike. That is 3 Ks for Kobe Tominski. That brings it close to the top of the first inning. No hits, no one on base. 3 up, 3 down as we go into the bottom of the first inning. Nothing on the board. Top of the lineup, Lucy Burnap, Layla Goulston, Kobe Tominski, and Maggie Tippanya coming up. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, Pioneer will be up to bat for the first time in this game. Don't go anywhere. More softball action coming your way right here on BNC TV. And we're back. Starting things off for the Panthers in the bottom of the first inning, Lucy Burnap. Lucy's playing first base for the Panthers. High and away for ball one. And just still a smidge high. 2-0 count for Burnap. And foul towards the backstop. 2-1. And popped up towards the Gators sidelines. Count is 2-2. Knocked over towards shortstop. Easy pickup and good toss. Managed to beat out the throw. I think there might have been maybe a bobble on the reception of the ball, but good hustle by Lucy Burnap, making it over to first. And Panthers with their first batter on first. Immediately testing out the catcher, stealing second. Burnap successfully steals, now in scoring position. Did not see if it was a ball or strike on that pitch. And the first pitch there's the second pitch to Layla Goulston. Ball gets away. Burnap makes a turn on third. Checks and halts. This is Layla Goulston, now batting center field for the Panthers. Good bat on the ball. Sent out to left field. Easy catch. Burnap tags up and puts Pioneer on the board. Nice tag up. And a worthy sacrifice fly by Layla Goulston. Pioneer now leads things 1-0. Ball comes in high, ball one. This is Kobe Tominski. She is the starting pitcher for the Panthers, one of the seniors. caught her fishing on that high and away. Let's strike one. And a little too inside for the ump's liking. 3-1 on Tyminski. And comes in high. Tyminski will take first on a walk. Now stepping up to bat, Maggie Tipeniuk. Big steal over to second for Tyminski. Another runner in scoring position for the Panthers. No outs. Maggie Tipeniuk has been catching for the Panthers, taking the brunt of the gear and pitches, and probably the most familiar with the diamond dirt out here. But she does great work behind the plate. And a nice crank over to second base. Oh, and a difficult double play comes out of it. Great job by the second baseman, Rylan McCall. Just one of those situations that's just an unfortunate position. You know, you want that to be a line drive, not a pop-up right over towards second. But with that double play, Gators get themselves out of what very well could have turned into a very tough first inning. But with that, Pioneer has still drawn blood first. As we head into the second inning, Pioneer leads by 1. We're going to take a short break, check out our wonderful local businesses that have thankfully partnered up with us, and we will be right back with this senior night varsity softball action in just a moment. Welcome back. Top of the second inning. Gators getting themselves real lucky with a double line drive turned into double play. A beautiful catch. And starting things off for the Gators is Grace Renaud, first baseman for the Gators. And if you're wondering, I thought Kobe Tyminski was pitching. You are correct. I think she started things off just as a kind of a senior gesture. We'll get to that in just a moment. Nice hit down the right field line. Recovered by Evie Lewis and tossed back in. Good job on the defense getting the ball in quick, but that is a solid stand-up single for Grace Renaud. Very nice hit by Renaud. And now batting is Maddie Muse. She's playing third base for the Gators. And Maggie Tipiniuk making sure that Renaud knows that she's keeping an eye on her. The ball popped up into the gap that is quickly closed by Layla Goulston, stepping over towards right field. Good backup by Evie Lewis. Gets the first out and holds Renaud on first. And one out. Low and inside for ball one. Batting is the designated hitter, Lizzie Kadzik. 1-1 count for Kadzik. And head over towards the Gator bench. Count goes 1-2. The runner on first. One out here in the top of the second. Just in case you're just tuning in. Lizzie Kadzik. The high swing makes the connection, fouls it off towards the hill. Count remains 1-2. And right down there, caught looking. That is 2 outs. So as I was saying earlier, your eyes are not deceiving you. Kobe Tominski, in celebration of Pioneer seniors, started pitching that first inning. But we got Jalen Beliski now in the circle hurling. Little dribbler in a big out. Sent over to first, get the easiest out. And they do. Close things out with runner left on second. And that is it for the top of the second inning. Nothing scored, but threatened. We will see what happens with the Pioneer bats in the bottom of the second inning after we take this short break. Check out our sponsors. We will be right back. You're watching Varsity Softball, Gators, Panthers, right here on BNC TV. That. And we are back. Bottom of the second inning, Pioneer back up to bat. Starting things off, Amy Van Doren, left fielder. for the Panthers. And fouled away. Just outside the left or the right field line. Well, it comes in high. At least 1-1. There was another pitch unaccounted for. Hopefully I'll get the signal from the umpire. Another high one. At least 2-1. 3-1. Good patience by Van Doren. Saw her pitch. Sends it into right field. That's a tough bounce for right field. That's going to give her second base. And a solid stand-up double for Amy Van Doren. Nice way to get things started off for the Panthers. Next up to bat, right fielder, Evie Lewis. Evie Lewis going for a sudden bunt, trying to catch them by surprise. Always hate it when the bunt goes foul. Lose that element of surprise. Oh, good eye. Lewis thought about it. A bit high for her taste. 1-1. And hey, if you can have a good eye on the high balls, those are the ones people can't lay off of. Ball caught. Good steal by Van Doren. I think she was really hoping that ball was going to get past. But they have been testing the catcher on steals all game. But a very successful steal. The runner on third. I think it's 2-1. Ball sent through the gap into left field. Van Doren will score. And Evie Lewis with a solid single hit, driving in a run. Pioneer extends their lead 2-0. Excellent hit by Evie Lewis. And nice catch by Maddie Muse over at third base. One down. Lewis remains on first. And that pop-up was by Kiara Grzkowski. Next up is Hannah Shepard. Oh, the ball passed. Evie Lewis takes second base. Hannah Shepard, often seen at third base. And today is no different. She's doing a fantastic job on the furthest base. Stealing third. Evie Lewis puts on the Jets, gets in there successfully. With two pitches, she's managed to make her way over to third base and get herself into scoring position. And of course, with that, Hannah Shepard will take first on a walk. We got runners at the corners with one out. Stepping up to bat, Jalen Beliski. Beliski took over, so I was trying to explain earlier. Jalen Beliski has taken over in the circle for the Panthers. Just a smidge in the outside high corner of the strike zone. 0-1 count for Beliski. Comes in low, strikes Beliski in the cleat. We got bases loaded. With one out, three runners on base, we're back to the top of the batting order. Lucy Burnap. Taking ball one. Big hit into right field. That's going to drive in at least one. Let's see, Hannah Shepard circling around, drives in two. Runners on first and second with a 2 RBI single for Lucy Burnett. Pioneer now leads 4-0 in the bottom of the second inning. Of course, that means Layla Goulston now batting for the Panthers. And a little too inside. I don't know if my count is correct. And knocked over to shortstop, gets the tag and throws it over to second base. And another double play, reminiscent of the first inning. 2 double plays back-to-back innings to close things out. But just like in the first inning, Pioneer has still done some damage, a little more so. They now lead 4-0, although ending with 2 double plays. Very interesting game. I find this super exciting and interesting details, but Pioneer with a 4-0 lead as we go into the top of the third inning. When we come back, got the rest of the batting order for Gateway and then back up to the top. We'll talk about that in a moment. Check out our sponsors, take a short break. We'll be right back with the top of the third inning in just a moment. Welcome back. Top of the third inning. Pioneer putting the runs on the board. But whether it's just unfortunate physics connecting with the pitch, combined with excellent fielding IQ from the Gators infield, they've managed to get themselves out of both first and second innings with exciting double plays to close things out. And Pioneer leads 4-0. There's still plenty more softball to happen. Now batting is number 30, Tess Hansen. She's a center fielder for the Gators. I think it's 1-1 actually. And big cut for a high and away pitch. Could make the connection. Excuse me, 1-2. And solid hit, but goes foul. Count will remain 1-2 for Tess Hansen. And I was not able to check, but if there are any seniors on the Gateway team, congratulations to them. And a big crank. Still goes foul. but it's definitely a lot put on that hit. The ball comes in low. 2-2 count for Hansen. Ooh, big cut. Hansen goes down swinging, 1 down. Next up, number 14, Erica Madrew. Excuse me. Knocked into shallow right field. Evie Lewis manages to get herself underneath it. Puts out the second out. I apologize. That was Erica Madrew. Back to the top of the batting order, we have Jay Rivera. He's done an excellent job, was one of the key players in the double play to end the second inning. The pitch comes in low. Nice hit, grounded right to Lucy Burnett. Easy put away. That will close out top of the second inning. No base runners. And the top of the third inning, score remains 4-0. As we go into the bottom of the third inning, we're heading into the meat of the Pioneer batting order. Layla Goulston, Kobe Tominski, Maggie Tipeniuk, Amy Van Dorn. Don't go anywhere. More softball action coming your way in just a moment right here on BNC TV. Bottom of the third inning. Kobe Tominski starting things off. I apologize. Things ended with Layla Goulston, not Kobe Tominski. Or not Lucy Burnett. And, of course, with the switch out of the circle for Tominski, she's switched with Beliski, who was at shortstop. So now, currently, Kobe Tominski, who's batting, is keeping us company out in the field at shortstop. And without me keeping track of the count, Kobe Tominski gets walked. And a runner on first, no outs. Next up is Maggie Tipeniuk. It's right down the middle. And Kobe Tominski steals second. And drops down right. In the middle, no one was able to get to it. So Tyminski advances to third, and Tippeniuk gets on with a single. No outs, runners at the corners. Pitch comes in high. This is Amy Van Doren. Van Doren had an awesome double out to right field last time at bat. Comes in low in the dirt. Tippeniuk will take second base on pitcher's indifference. That's going to get past. Kobe Tyminski is going to make it home, and that is on the fourth ball. So the ball is live on that. And with Tyminski taking home, we also have Tippeniuk on third base, Van Doren on first. So runners back at the corners, driving one more run in for the Panthers. This one comes in high, and up to bat now, Kiara Groskowski. She popped out last inning, or last at bat. Nice save. Van Doren takes second base. 2-0 count for Groskowski. Groskowski grounds it, finds the hole in the infield. Scooped up by the center fielder. That's going to drive in both runners. A solid. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Evie Lewis at bat, not Kiara Groskowski. Excuse me. It's tough business when you're missing your wingman, Lou Bordeaux. He had other engagements. So I apologize. Evie Lewis with the hit into the gap, driving in Van Doren and Tippeniuk. Lewis takes second base. Pitch comes in low. Lewis remains on second. 3-0 count on Groskowski. This is, in fact, Kiara Groskowski, who gets walked. Groskowski on first. Lewis takes third base on that passed ball. And Gateway coach coming out, just settling things down, having a talk with her team. This is, I had never mentioned, this is Leah Boyer in the circle for the Panthers. The runners at the corner. On the corners, no outs. Here's Hannah Shepard. Pitch comes in high. Groskowski will take second. 2 runners in scoring position, no outs. Right into the strike zone. Big cut by Hannah Shepard for 1-1 count. And inside. 2-1 count for Shepard. And right at the top of the strike zone. 2-2. Shepard's going to need to protect now. And nice hit into right field. Gets past. That's going to drive in Gryzkowski and Evie Lewis. And a solid double for Hannah Shepard. And chuck two more up on the board. Pioneer leading things 9-0. This is Jalen Beliski. The big cut with that high fastball. 1-2 count, excuse me. Comes in low and gets past. Hannah Shepard will take third base. Count goes 2-2 for Beliski. And thought about it. Umpire says she made her way around. Couldn't pull that back in time. It's a tough one. One down. Runner on third. That brings us back to the top of the batting order. Lucy Burnett puts one through the shortstop gap. That's going to drive in Shepard on third. Pioneer putting big numbers up on the board in the bottom of the third inning. Pitch came in high. Will be a steal for Lucy Burnham. This is Layla Goulston now batting. Lucy Burnham thought about it. Three and 0, excuse me. Fouled away. Nice fly ball catch by Kate Lewis. Gets the second out. That does drive in the runner on third. It was Lucy Burnett. And a big catch. Oh, no, excuse me. It does not. Did not drive in Lucy Burnett. I'm all a mess. Okay. And with that last out, Gators get themselves out of a big inning. Pioneer puts up 7 on the board. And we will take a short break, and when we come back, top of the fourth inning. See what the Gators have in store and get their bats going. Don't go anywhere. More softball action coming your way on BNC TV. welcome back. Top of the fourth inning. Pioneer with a big lead, 10-0. Another switch. We have Lucy Burnap in the circle, floating things around. She was previously on first base, and wouldn't you know it, puts Jalen Beliski and goes down swinging. It's one down. All three pitchers have had strikeouts so far. So Jalen Beliski back at shortstop, and Lucy was playing first. So wouldn't you know it, Kobe Tominski getting a little first base action going for her. I'm willing to call it right now. Next inning, we'll see if she's got the catcher's gear on. All right, solid strike out. I was behind in the count, excuse me. 2 down by Lucy Burnap. Interesting. I know taking an opportunity to try different things out and give our senior Kobe Tominski a little bit of play time in different locations. Speaking of said locations, there are a few wholesale changes around the field for the Panthers. I'd say I'm seeing Kobe at first base, Greta Lewis at second base. I believe Beliski is back at shortstop. Now I got to check the number. And nice cut. This is Grace Renaud. And I think we have Corey Glenn. Nope. Could be Kalina Pease on third. Nope, that's Amy Van Doren. And ball goes foul. Nice try by Kobe Tominski to get underneath it. And way behind on the count. Trying to get updated on these wholesale changes. Seeing Riley Goodwin in center field. Abby Fortier in right field. Molly Guin in left. Nice hit up the gap. Scooped up and put in quick by Riley Goodwin. And the Gators, with 2 outs, gets a runner on first with a solid single. And I can only assume that it is still Tippanyuk catching. Oh, and a big steal. Ball gets out there. Gets the out to end the inning. Nice idea. But Tippanyuk definitely has the gun behind the plate. And that is it for the top of the fourth inning. Runner on base, thrown out on the steal. Nothing else put on board. We're going into the bottom of the fourth inning. Pioneer with a 10-run lead. Don't go anywhere. More softball action coming your way when we return. Bottom of the fourth inning. After a little bit of confusion on the score, I'm pretty sure Pioneer had scored 7 in the third inning. And I apologize. All the more reason if you're frustrated by the inaccuracies and shenanigans of this one-man band and would like to come out and help manage some of the equipment, keep me honest. Love to have anybody out here running a camera, helping out with this. Many hands make light work. And that is hit foul. And with all of these wholesale changes, I'm going to have to be extra vigilant on who is batting. We're looking at number 14, Kalen Shabbat. It's batting, fouled away. One and two count for Shabbat. Well, it comes in low, 2-2 count. Shabbat with a big crank. Cuts foul, though. She definitely got all of it on that one. Count remains 2-2. Low and inside. Count is now full. And that's going to be called foul. I think it hit off of either the plate or something that is considered out of ball, causing the ball to go dead. And swing and a miss. But with the drop ball, hustles over to first, gets the out. One down. And I'm seeing Amy Van Doren, so I am going to assume Amy Van Doren sends one up the middle for a solid single off the first pitch. And if that was Amy Van... Amy Van Doren, then that means... I'll figure out this order eventually. Runner on first, Abby Fortier. I think. Yep. This is Abby Fortier batting. Comes in high. 3-1 count. And count goes full, 3-2 on Fortier. Comes in high. Big hustle of the base. We got runners on first and second with one out. Now batting, Greta Lewis. Oh, there's some major changes to the batting order. Greta Lewis stepped in for Griskowski at second base, so Ball goes foul. So, if you're keeping score at home, and ball sent into the gap. That's going to drive in. Doran home. Put another one up on the board. Still having runners on first and second. Abby Fortier on second. And a solid single by Greta Lewis. Pitch comes in high. And this is Molly Guin. Guin hits it back to the pitcher. Pitcher throws it over to first. Gets the out. Runners advance into scoring position. Now with 2 down. Lewis on second. Fortier on third. And with 2 outs, that brings up Jalen Beliski. He's back at shortstop. And with a pass ball, drives another run in. And runners advance over to third. Greta Lewis on third. Ball comes in high. I believe that's 2-0. And Beliski takes a walk. Got runners on the corners with 2 outs. That's going to bring up Lucy Burnap. Back to the top of the batting order. Lucy Burnap is now pitching. Fouled away. Ball gets past. Greta Lewis goes home. And a big advancement over to third. It's 3-1. Excuse me. Burnap will take first. Runners back at the corners. Another pitch comes in high. This is Riley Goodwin. Goodwin took over for center field. Runners will hold. Burnap will take second base, though. Looks like the second base is a little bit off. But while this is going on, just want to say if you're wherever you're tuning in, this watching this out in the Gateway area and the Pioneer Valley regional area, family, friends abroad, tuning into this program, whether it's live stream or rebroadcast on 1075 HD on your Comcast style. So thankful to have you with us. I want to thank our sponsors for partnering up with us. The pitch comes in high, 3-0 count. Absolutely want to thank our sponsors, Sweet Lucy's Bakeshop, Sam Browning Jr. Trucking, Wiggin Hydroseeding, Works LTD, the Tree Experts. Fouled away. Works LTD, Wiggin Hydroseeding, Zilinksi HVAC, DiGeorge Builders, and Greenfield Cooperative Bank. Wonderful local businesses. Thankfully, partnering up with BNC TV to bring this sports season to you. So thankful to be partnered up with them. Count is now full for Riley Goodwin. 2 outs, runners in scoring position. And ball comes in high. Bases are now loaded. And with bases loaded, 2 outs, a dream situation for somebody like Kobe Tominski to be coming up to bat. She is definitely going to be looking for her pitch, looking for a few RBIs on this one. A nice way to finish her last regular season game. Pitch comes inside. 3-0 count. And gets her hit, comes into right field right along the foul line. That's going to drive in 1. Bases remain loaded. Well, I think with an Pioneer with an 8-6 record, Gateway having a tough season. Probably a young team with a 1-9 record. Knew that this was going to be a tough game, but I will say players were definitely in high spirits, regardless of that record, which is very admirable. Come out here and really enjoy the game, and no matter what's going on, in high spirits, ready to play the game. Admire that in players. So, regardless of the tough record, wish the best to the Gators here. And it seems like they've got a new pitcher coming in, trying things out. This is Maddie Muse coming in from third base. We'll see how many other changes there might have been. Well, if Maddie Muse was on third base, she's now pitching. And I'm looking at 20, possibly 22. Nope. Not exactly sure who that is on third base. But I'm not seeing a number 13 out on the field. But we will find out things as it happens. And probably should have waited to talk about the sponsors now, but while the pitcher warms up. But yeah, just so thankful to have our sponsors helping us bring this program to you. Help us afford new things and updated equipment and keep running things. One in particular, due to our sponsors over the past couple of years, we've been able to afford a new tower out in center field for boys baseball, and that has definitely been a game changer for us, and so appreciative of all that stuff. Appreciative of our local sponsors. And, with the upcoming seasons, if you or somebody you know has a local business, wants to get the word out there that you exist, give us a call. Send us an email. Love to talk with you about the 2026-2027 seasons. And with bases loaded, 2 outs. Coming up to bat, this is Kalen Shabbat. There we go. Kalen Shabbat batting for Maggie Tippenyuk, so maybe Tippenyuk. I don't know. I don't know where Shabbat is playing quite yet. I will figure things out. Nice strike pitched in. And this is Maddie Muse coming in for relief. A little on the inside. Okay. Nice strike. And I did find out that is Allie Nakel on third base, number 26. Oh, and goes down looking. Gators get themselves out of the bases loaded inning with 3 left on base. Pioneer puts quite a few across the board. Haven't updated things, but puts 4 across. Brings their lead up to 15. We're going to take a short break. We're into the 5th inning. Gators, for following mercy rules, Gators with their final inning to make something happen. We'll see if it does. Check out our sponsors. We'll be right back. 5th inning coming up in just a moment. Pioneer with several explosive innings, opening this game wide open to a 15-0 lead at the top of the 5th inning. Now stepping up to bat with a big cut is Maddie Muse. Maddie Muse stepped in to pitch last inning, and another big cut. And it goes down swinging, just the way you want to go down. 1 out by Lucy Burnham. Also made some connections. We got Galen Shabbat now on third, and Amy Van Doren coming out of left field catching behind the plate. And chases that foul down. 0-1. And ball gets through. Burnett gives it a throw to first after missing it with the glove. Gets the out. Good hustle and retrieval by Lucy Burnett. And a tough throw, but gets it over there. We got 2 down. Now stepping up to bat is number 26, Allie Nako. Stepped in to play third base after some position shifts last inning. With that first pitch fouled away. Nice hit, but goes foul into the hill. 0-2 count for Nakel. Ball hit low, retrieved by Burnap, overthrown on first. Nakel, ball still in play. Nakel's going to go all the way across. And with an overthrow error, Nakel gets herself in scoring position on third base with 2 outs. Nice hustle, taking 2. Largely in part, the overthrow looks like the grass ate up some of the momentum on the ball, and so there's kind of out of bounds, and then there's a dead ball out of bounds, and the ball managed to stay in play in foul territory, and that is why she was able to take 2 bases like that. Usually once the ball becomes dead, you just get kind of an automatic 1 base extra. Pitch comes in low. Big cut. 2-2, excuse me. And this is Tess Hansen. Ball in the dirt. Count goes full for Hansen. Runner in scoring position. And with a big cut, that brings the top of the 5th inning to a close. Pioneer came out and hit hard, and it looks like that will be the mercy. Pioneer scoring big runs. But then when it's senior night, you're kind of real excited to put the numbers up on the board, but, home field advantage, Pioneer getting some great hits. Drove in a lot of runs, and a lot of those runs were not due to, walks and errors. A lot of them just Pioneer bats were on fire tonight. So fantastic job. Gators did what they could, got a few runners on base, just Pioneer defense doing their work. Did just a great job, really dominated in this game. But let's see, that is it. And it is senior night, So there'll be a little celebration afterward by the Panthers. But let's see, with that, this game was going to be tomorrow night, which BNC TV wasn't going to be able to cover, but thankfully it's going to rain for the next 3 days. And so with that, not exactly sure what will be rescheduled. There was another boys game that was supposed to happen at 4 tomorrow, but that has also been rescheduled, I believe. Not sure when it has been rescheduled or whether or not Pioneer or BNC TV will be able to cover that. But we are reaching the end of the regular season, and that means we're going to start eyeballing a lot of the details for Western Mass Tournament. The brackets have not come out quite yet, but when we know, you'll know what we can cover. And then, of course, state tournament is coming up, so we will see what happens with that. But for now, that is it for us here. Pioneer just having an explosive game, starting off with 1-3 and then scoring a massive 7 in the third inning, and then scoring 4. Just got those bats working and working hard. But that is it for us here at the Pioneer Valley Regional High School softball field. My name is Tyler Borbo. Thank you so much for coming out and joining us for this broadcast, and we will see you next time.